Welcome to Tangled Rights. I'm one of your hosts, Justin W. Wilson. That's Shane D. Cox over there. We're still attorneys for now. So we were talking about this artist named Stitches. I don't know if any of you guys heard him. Austin's going to clip in a little bit of a video called Brick in Your Face. This is not intended to be legal advice.
Nowhere near it.
Nowhere near legal advice. If you have questions, seek an attorney in your area. If we're in your area, we'll be your attorneys. So one of the lines in the song that I thought was pretty interesting.
We may be your attorneys. Not
could be.
Yeah.
It could be.
Don't guarantee that. We will be.
No, I mean, we could be if you retain us, if you engage with us. He has a line in the song where he talks about selling cocaine. And that's what the whole deal is, brick in your face. I put this brick in your face. Now what you gonna do with it? And then he says, I love selling blow. And it brings up the interesting question, Shane, when I want your opinion on this. Somebody makes the song, right? Like that. Or like White Girl by E40.
Okay.
And in that song, it's literally a recipe for making crack. It's a dry cook. He talks about putting the Yola is a slang term for cocaine, in the pot, let it simmer in something. Add a little baking soda, make it foam like aftershave. I like to serve my dope thick because it weigh a hell of a lot. You can smell the residue and the fumes from next door. Turf superstars, microwaves and paper jars. He's doing the recipe. Anyway, is that enough, do you think, for the cops to come and check you out? Come and check you out. If you're literally making a song, I love selling blow. If you say that in the song.
I don't think so. I really don't think so, because there's always there's so many exceptions for art. Right. And music is a form of art. Mm-hmm. And when you're making a parody of something or whatever, you have latitude to, say things that aren't true. Like when you go and watch a movie or a TV show, you know that those things aren't true. Right. There's wild ideas that they bring for entertainment purposes, and music is entertainment.
Sure.
So I don't think that there's probable cause. Some people talk about how.
What if you were already under investigation? Because of other stuff, and then you also make that song.
What if you make a song that says Detective Smith can't get me? I really hid the bodies here. Like maybe something like that would rise to the level and be enough, because then it's not art. It's like a real response, because we see these rap beefs where there really are people like speaking to each other through song.
Yeah.
So I would.
Yeah.
And this is a different question, because
dude, in that song he literally he's like, I got blood on my shirt. He said he was afraid to die. I said, my friend, it's time for you to go.
It's too late for that. It's time to say goodbye.
Well, whatever. Anyway, okay. I don't know. It's just something you think about.
I think that there could be an argument, though, for it.
Well,
I think there are details that would make it.
It's a sliding scale.
Yeah,
right?
I think
the song by itself, no. The song with, if you're already under investigation and the cop's like, we think maybe this is the guy they're talking about, and then you post a video saying, I love selling blow.
If you hear that from a snitch that before the song is released says, hey, this is how he makes his dope or whatever, and
sure,
and then he comes out with the formula or whatever, potentially.
So
I think probably not.
So he's made,
in and of itself.
Stitches has made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 studio albums. Do you want to hear their names? They go from 2015 to 2025. The first album is titled For Drug Dealers Only. The second album is Tales of a Drug Lord. Third is Cocaine Holiday. Fourth is I Need Rehab. Fifth is Bipolar. Sixth is Time for Murder. Hold on, 2 more. 7, Married to the Bricks. Bricks being slang for birds, kilos, whatever. And then number 8, Finally Sober.
Hey. What a story.
I love this.
I like that story.
If you haven't
heard,
the
bipolar one is maybe like, hey, this is why I have this drug problem here. Like there's an underlying issue I have.
I mean, everybody knows, you look at Hunter S. Thompson, the drugs and the alcohol just melted that dude's brain. But they were partying hard. Those guys back then with Hunter were doing crazy stuff. I don't know. It's just an interesting thing to think about, especially when you look at it and it's like, you've literally got someone, and I don't know, he looks like he might be. Wait. In August 2022, he was arrested on cocaine and weapons charges. So turns out
maybe not just probable cause.
Wait.
Maybe it's wait.
Prosecutors declined to pursue charges a month later because the police had not submitted that he was to possess, allegedly, to a lab for testing. And the charges were dropped in September of 2022. How is that the screw up? Free my boy didn't do nothing. Love it. Supposedly he began selling cocaine and drugs to support himself when he moved to South Beach. Anyway, I don't know. If you are a cocaine dealer, let's say, probably best not to make songs about it.
Yeah.
Probably best.
I think that goes without saying.
But it's a weird thing, right? Because also it's like I'm hiding in plain sight. Because what idiot who's selling coke? And when you look at Stitches' stuff, it's like, really, there's no way, right? There's no way that this is real. But
sometimes it is.
Sometimes it is.
All right. I've got a story.
I love
and
stories.
a word for you. Okay. Entrapment.
Oof.
I think there's a lot of confusion about what
there is a lot of entrapment. You want to talk about that first?
Yeah, go ahead.
So entrapment is when the state or a state actor, meaning like someone
or any prosecuting agency.
That's what the state, police, or anybody on the enforcement or investigative side of the executive branch of a state.
Or federal government.
Or federal, Jesus Christ.
Or local.
You know what I mean, you fucking douchebag. Sorry, Mr. Cox. They entice somebody to commit a crime that was otherwise something they were not predisposed to do.
Okay.
That's the general broad brush, 10,000 foot view of it. An example would be police officer walks up to you, Shane D. Cox, looking like you look, golfing dad, lives in the suburbs with your 5 kids and says, hey man, I got $2 million. I want to buy $1 million worth of cocaine with it. And you're like, damn, I can make $1 million selling $1 million worth of cocaine to this guy. I probably know somebody I can get cocaine from. You go, you find the cocaine, you come back and you sell it to them. They got you for distributing narcotics.
Okay.
But they have no reason to think that that's something you did, right? They just walk up to John Q. Public. That's entrapment. Entrapped you.
Okay.
Because they enticed you to do it.
So if the crime had already taken place and then they use a ruse to get you to admit or reveal certain elements of it, that's what you're on camera for right now. That's okay. That's completely okay.
Not necessarily.
Legally okay.
Yes.
Legally permissible. Maybe
yeah.
You think, hey, that's not the job of the state to lie to you to get you to admit crimes. All right, this happened in Canada, so a little bit different, okay?
Very different. They don't even have handgun ownership anymore.
This is the story of...
hey, Canada. Right here, bud.
Of a man named Michael Bridges, okay?
Like that name, though.
Michael Bridges had gotten a letter in the mail, I think it was, and he had won free tickets to a hockey game, okay?
No Canadian's going to pass that up, I can tell you.
No Canadian would turn that down.
Well, they got the maple syrup, bud.
And something like really to entice him to go, free hotel, something like that.
A free jar of maple syrup.
Maybe a free jar of maple syrup.
And a free ride on a snowmobile.
Maybe that
or a free moose petting experience.
Yeah, maybe. So Michael Bridges goes to a Calgary Flames game. Okay.
Calgary, that's where a good buddy of mine's from.
By himself, and he meets another guy there who also had won.
But it's actually a cop.
Had won free tickets. Okay. They become friends, fast friends, hang out for,
Both of us are winners.
Both of us are winners. They hang out, for months, building a relationship,
hanging
a
out.
friendship.
What do you mean?
No, just friends.
Okay, just make it sound like
just friends.
There could be an element of.
Here's where people would claim the entrapment comes into play. Okay, so this cop, undercover. What do they call the cops? Mounties, undercover Mountie. What do they call them in Canada?
Canadian Royal Mounted Police,
whatever they're called,
because they used to ride mooses.
Are they not Mounties?
Is it? Well, they call them Mounties for short, but it's Royal Mounted Police is the long name.
So that's why they're called Mounties. I don't even know.
You know how Canada is; they shorten everything.
Sure,
bud.
Oh, don't you know,
guy? No, like Bergie or Shoresy or whatever. They have shortened names for everything.
Okay,
they're like the Australians in that sense. They always have fun names. But yeah, I believe it's the Canadian Royal Mounted Police because they used to ride moose, or is it mooses or meese or? It's moose. Moose is also singular and plural. So I believe they used to ride moose to battle against the Inuits. Moose, okay. And then now they ride like cars and stuff.
Okay. This sting is occurring over 2 years. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's building a relationship, the slow play, I guess, right?
They call it a slow Cosby.
Is that what they really call it?
It's a fast Cosby or a slow Cosby.
I don't know if you're.
It's a South Park reference.
All right. So the name of the undercover agent isn't revealed in the story that I say. Agent X. Okay. I don't know what this guy knew him to be.
I wanted to be Agent Smith personally.
I think
Mr. Anderson.
It seems like he kept testing him and like, test, like, I don't know, kind of pushing limits with somebody. Like, you know how sometimes friends will dare each other into doing more daredevil kind of things.
Go off the rope swing. Now you jump off the tree.
Right.
The rope swing is attached to. What about the bridge?
Right. And you can't do that.
Plane? Into the water?
You can't do that all at once, right? So this is over the course of 2 years. Okay. So eventually this Agent X, the undercover agent, says, hey, like, I have a way we can make some money. Like, I know some people that are in the mafia, and they have a job for us. Okay. And
what's the job?
I don't know. Not all the details come out, but that's the underlying of this. Okay. So he says, the one thing that the mafia makes you do, though, is they make you admit to something that you've done. So they got something over you. Okay. So it's like a blood pact.
I remember this story. I've heard this before. Okay. Yeah.
Blood pact kind of thing.
And so the only reason they wanted him is because he'd fucking killed his wife or something.
Killed his girlfriend.
Yeah.
So the underlying of the story is that Bridges had an assault case against him from the same girlfriend. Okay. Previously. Mm-hmm. And his story was that in order to cover up for the assault, he was going to, beat her up a little bit, and things kind of got out of hand, and he struck her too hard and she died. Okay. So he gave specific. He started
feeling it and he's like, I'm getting this frustration out. Clack.
He gave specific details. Okay. So it was secretly videotaped, and he had even revealed and drew a map to the cemetery where he had buried her.
Okay. He buried her in a cemetery.
And then they found
that's clever.
They found the grave, but it was during the winter, so they had to wait till it thawed out.
And
then dug the body up.
They used maple syrup to lubricate their saws and stuff, though.
Right, sure. So this case actually ends up going to trial, which is pretty insane. It depends on what kind of charges they're seeking. Like, does Canada have the death penalty at all? I would doubt it.
They drag you behind a.
You keep saying Canadian. Keep saying Canadian things.
A Zamboni, that's they run you over with a Zamboni. That's how they kill you.
And the punishments in other countries always surprise me. I want you to guess. He's convicted of first-degree murder of his ex-girlfriend. Okay. And he buried her in an elderly woman's grave. Okay.
Canada abolished the death penalty on December 10th, 1998.
Okay. 7 hours of deliberation from the jury is all, which is
they haven't executed anyone since 1962. That's a long time ago, dude.
I'm not surprised by this. How many years sentence do you think he got?
Wait, say again.
How many years of a prison sentence did he get?
11.
No, 25. So he'll be out in 5 years from now.
Okay.
Why are you not surprised by that being so low?
Because it's a foreign country.
Okay. All right.
You know who Bresler is? That dude from Norway that shot all those kids?
Yeah.
He got like 15 years and he killed 130 people.
Yeah.
That guy is crazy. And he's a Knights Templar. They took his manifesto down within like 3 hours. They did not want people reading his 1,500 pages of anti-Muslim whatever. He's already out of prison, I'm pretty sure. He killed a lot of kids. Like, other countries just don't look at it the same way we do.
I don't know. The things of foreign countries always shock me. So the entrapment element, some people read this. I have to say, our TikTok comments are like the stupidest comments in the whole entire world.
Now our TikTok's no one's going to like us anymore.
And that's fine. I don't care. They don't come and watch full.
You have social media. All you care about is that people love you.
Yeah. Okay.
And look at your face and like.
They don't watch full form videos or look and research anything. They just
hard on his face.
They just watch short form videos and then, that's it.
Well, that's also all you need, right? Like, they don't need, look.
This is entrapment. No, it's not.
They're stuck in this like 10-second cycle of thinking. They are not capable anymore because they read the headline, come up with an opinion. Watch the short, come up with an opinion. They are not capable of sitting down, going through some information, analyzing it, and concluding something. What's it called? There's a word for this. They call it TikTok brain or some. Isn't there a thing like that? Am I making this up?
He's Gen Z. Like that's all he knows.
It's like brain
Brain
That's
rot. Okay, they're not
brain rot
capable of like.
specifically, but
Oh yeah, they're gone. This is why people need to go outside and just leave their phones at home. Just go for a walk. Say, I'm going to walk 2 miles and watch what happens to you. Like out in the woods, go to some trees or like at a local park. I guarantee you're going to feel way better. You'll feel real good about yourself afterward. I'm going to the mountains this weekend. Not for any reason. I'm just going to take my kid up there and get him to throw some pine cones at rocks. It's great. It's going to be fun. It's a good time. Can't chew on them though. It'll give them the runs. We don't like that.
what are you even? Okay.
They have like sap in them.
All right.
Make you sick.
Good story, bro. All right. Moving on to our next topic.
Wait, we're not done.
Are you done? I'm done.
I guess we're done. I don't know.
What else you got?
Well, I was just going to say, the police lie here. Like we know that they do that. So it's the same
they're
thing.
allowed
It's just a different version of a lie, right? It's a long con versus a short con.
And what's your story going to be? Oh, I lied about that. It's like, would that be the thing that you choose to tell?
Well, I mean, I do think that's a good defense, but the problem is
taking him right to the gravesite.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Yeah. You'd be the only person to know that.
Yeah. You'd be able to make anything up you wanted if you didn't fill that stuff in. Like if you just told them, yeah, I did it, and then they went and found her and they tried to put those two things together, that's a tough
I guess
sell.
that is a good like thing you can say because go look it up. You know, my ex-girlfriend died. Like, and they haven't
she
found the
disappeared.
murderer.
They don't know where
like,
she's at. I did it. It was me. I killed her.
Yeah.
Because he's like, well, I was trying to get in. I don't know. I want to make money, dude. She's gone. It seems like a good thing because they're going to be able to look it up and tell, as opposed to, yeah, I killed her. There's where she's buried.
And then
go look.
Find the body there.
So what did he do? Did he bury her under where they were going to bury somebody else? Because that's actually a really clever idea. It seems to be a good way to get away with killing somebody.
I don't know.
You hide the body in plain sight. Bury him 50 feet underground. Never going to dig that deep.
Yeah, but how long?
They're going to get tired of digging way before then.
How long does that take, though?
I don't know. A lot less time than you'd spend in prison.
Well,
takes a week to dig. Spend 45 years in prison. 1 week is way less than 45 years. Yep.
1 week.
Yep. It's your attention span's too short. You'll spend 45 years in prison not to have to work for a week. You don't like digging holes. You wouldn't do that. That would make you sweat.
All right. Let's not make fun of Austin much
I make
more.
fun of Austin every time. I don't care.
All right. Speaking of TikTok, I've got a video I found on TikTok. You ready for this one?
Let me see.
It's a cop stop. Okay. A police pulling a man over. And let's see who you think is the wrong person here. I feel like I know.
I was at my house. I got some lunch. And then I'm heading back to my house.
Oh, where'd you get lunch?
Burger King.
Do you have your license on? Going to get breakfast. It's 12:50 in the afternoon. So you came all the way down to Haledon to get some breakfast?
That's the closest Burger King.
Yeah. Was it DoorDash or something?
Nah, I picked it up.
Oh, you went through the drive-thru?
Yeah.
Who's like, went down and went to the drive-thru. I saw you go down. You came back pretty quickly. So you were able to get down to the drive-thru that fast?
Yeah, just know when you want.
Gotcha. Is there anything, any kind of narcotics or anything in your vehicle? You said you went down and picked up breakfast.
Not breakfast, lunch.
You said breakfast to me.
I was at my house. I got some lunch. And then I'm heading back to my house. That's it, breakfast. Your lunch. It's a burger. I mean, a burger can be a breakfast meal.
It's 12:50.
Okay, so I meant lunch.
Okay, so you had 2 eggs for breakfast, but you said that you had low blood sugar from not eating.
Damn it, it's not a lot of food.
It takes a long time of not eating to get low blood sugar.
I don't know what to tell you.
But do you see why, like, it's
honestly, no, I don't.
It's just not adding up to me.
That I went to get lunch, and I'm driving back home.
No, you told me you went to get breakfast.
Okay,
It's 12:50 in the afternoon.
I meant lunch.
Okay, if there's nothing going on, you'll be on your way.
I know, I'm pretty confident that's going to be the case. You wanted me to get out of the car because I said breakfast instead of lunch, and you said my hand was shaking.
You can open request the body cam footage, sir. You should know what's going on in a motor vehicle stop at this time.
Okay, I think I just summed it up. So it sounds
well, you skipped a lot on your recording. You're missing a lot of information.
All right, so tell me what I said.
You're not going to narrate what's going on here.
Right, then
okay, I have a body camera that's going to do that for everyone. I don't know what time or how long the K9 is going to take. So you're right. I'm not going to waste anybody's time. Okay? I'm just going to give you the summons for improper signal, and we're going to be on our way.
Yeah, well, it turns out there's a Supreme Court case that says you can't. If the dog can't get there in the amount of time the traffic stop would take, then it's no longer valid. Officer.
Well, the traffic stop is being extended for
Beyond the time that it takes to execute the traffic stop is what it means.
Okay, we'll talk about. There is a U.S. Supreme Court case specifically kind of on point for this.
That's literally on point.
Interesting, but has nothing to do with this because the kid doesn't have drugs. They don't have any reason to think that he has drugs.
They have reason to think he's got drugs because the cop's an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, wait, you drove down here and it was fast. You went to Burger King and you got through the line in 3 minutes?
And you got that Burger King bag conspicuously in your passenger seat?
You ordered that? Yeah, I got to have 75 burgers and 4 shakes.
55 burgers, 55 french
You think this body is easy to maintain? This is a 10,000 calorie a day body.
I think there's life lessons here. You know, there's a chance you could be a mistaken person in a conversation. And this time the cop was, and the guy.
There's also a chance that
the guy even admitted I might have said breakfast instead of lunch,
but he didn't. He said lunch.
The video goes back and says, "Oh no, he said lunch." And why is that reason
that's gaslighting? The cop gaslit him.
Oh, look how woke we are now talking about gaslighting.
Next thing,
it was gaslighting.
What's the next thing? What's the other one?
I don't know.
So, the other thing that they say, you gaslight them and you're a narcissist. The cop's a narcissist.
he did seem like a narcissist.
No, what it is you because you're in charge, you have this position of power, authority, doesn't mean that you're right. You, as the boss of this law firm, the dude who's in charge, doesn't mean you're always right. You know?
Okay.
Period. That's it.
All right.
And this cop's an idiot. I don't know what he wants, why he's trying to give Chad a ticket. Like
Chad or Landon
or Braxton, Brayxten apostrophe.
Are there not enough N's? Two N's maybe?
Riley, whatever. RHYLEIGH.
Okay.
Anyway, I don't understand that interaction. Like, because he wasn't being rude. The kid was being fine. The kid was way nicer than I would have been. Like, I would have told that cop at some point to go fuck himself.
He kind of did.
You
in a nice way.
Your partner, can go back to your cars. Like, what are we doing?
All right, so
is that staying in? Great.
It was,
and we're getting canceled today. So
it was always interesting. This decision came out after I had already graduated law school, but I had heard about it. It's called Rodriguez versus United States. Came out in 2015. I think you were in law school at the time.
I was.
So when we get these new Supreme Court decisions, like our professors get super excited about them.
Especially if you're in that class. Like if we were in Crim Pro.
If you're in criminal procedure class or criminal law class, either of the professors would be so excited to talk about this.
It's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
And it changes all the other analysis.
It is a big deal. So specifically, Rodriguez had been stopped on a highway shoulder, okay, which is a violation of Nebraska law. Okay, so even a citation.
He personally was stopped.
He was stopped on a highway shoulder. Okay. In a vehicle. Vehicle. He cannot be stopped there. Okay. Can't be parked on a highway shoulder. Nebraska law thing. Okay. Unless maybe part of an emergency. But
I was going to say, are there any exceptions for my car broke down?
I'm sure there is. Well, and it depends. States are so different with their roads. Like we have like a concrete shoulder or paved shoulder
and then dirt. Unless you're on the 15, the 215, or the 95.
Yeah.
Because it's shoulder and then barricade.
Yeah, if you're on the 15 out of town, there's dirt shoulders as well.
And then you're not on the road.
So he was stopped there and he's issued a warning, okay? Some of these cases, and one of the things people in our TikTok comments get super upset about are civil violations, like civil tickets versus criminal infractions.
Like all traffic tickets now in Nevada.
Most traffic tickets,
right?
Most,
yeah. Like reckless driving is a misdemeanor, but like speeding, failure to signal, failure to do care, those are all...
Crossing the street wrong could be a misdemeanor if you're impeding traffic. Yeah, City of Las Vegas special, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started on that case.
Anyway, the Rodriguez's vehicle was sniffed. Okay. They held him for a while. It was sniffed by a drug dog trained, and he was held there while the drug dog was coming over. Okay.
Yep.
So what was found out is that there was methamphetamine in Rodriguez's vehicle. Okay. So in order to preserve his rights, usually it's civil rights groups that'll take up these causes
The ACLU
and say
or
this
whoever.
is the cause. This is the perfect test that we want to bring up to the Supreme Court.
Well, the issue a lot of times, I think, yes, these organizations want that, but you have to have the right case.
Yes.
It has to be narrowly tailored to highlight whatever your main issue is. And in this one, it's, these cops are basically just bootstrapping traffic stops to dog sniffs. And they're like, well, K9 will be here in an hour and a half. Rural county, we got one dog. Officer whoever, I'm going to say a cuss word.
Max.
Officer Max is asleep across the county. It's going to take him 30 minutes to get himself out of bed, put his uniform on because it's hard for him to tie his shoes. He's had too many Burger King burgers. And then he has to get here.
And it's tough to get the right set of facts because you have to have a defense attorney that's like, clued in on this stuff. And you have to have somebody who doesn't allow a search, because Rodriguez in this instance said, no, I'm not letting your dog sniff my car. Okay. So he didn't waive any of his rights.
Right.
So you have to have the perfect case. As attorneys, we say bad cases makes bad law, because sometimes we'll make laws just about the worst case scenarios that doesn't apply to the majority of people.
Correct.
So sometimes we'll see that where they're not good cases to create law. But here, this is a pretty normal scenario that we want an answer to. Can you extend a police stop to do a sniff test when there's they had no reasonable suspicion of drugs? They just wanted to sniff it. Okay. There's no reasonable suspicion that this guy's carrying any drugs. He doesn't have any snitch that's said anything about him. There's no other information that the state provided in this instance why they wanted to perform this smell test on this vehicle. So the Supreme Court said, no, you cannot extend a stop just for the purpose of bringing a dog to come sniff the vehicle. So this is exactly the video that we watched, the TikTok video that we watched. There's some hints of that where maybe the cop is a little bit clued in that I don't really have any reason to think that this guy has any drugs. He said breakfast instead of lunch in his head. That's what he believed, right?
That is wrong.
That he had said breakfast instead of lunch, and that he had turned around quick from the Burger King. Whoa, this is why the facts have to be articulable. What are you articulating, Mr. Officer?
As opposed to a mere hunch.
And hunches can be correct sometimes. Hunches can be absolutely wrong. For this kid, I think they're absolutely wrong. I don't know why we would
Seems wrong,
put
but
himself
also,
on blast out there, because if he's really a mule for drugs, he's not going to be posting this
he probably
video.
isn't saying he's a mule. What he probably thinks is the kid went and picked up some drugs, like he was coming down into the barrio or whatever to pick up some coke, and he's like, oh, that was a drug deal. He's in possession of narcotics. Maybe I can use him to get to the dealer. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Or it was the closest Burger King, and you don't know. But here's an interesting fact. That kid says that's the closest Burger King. The cop has his ID because he failed to use a traffic signal or failed to use a turn signal.
That's what he says anyway.
So here's the thing. This is the dumb thing. This is the part where could have screwed it all up. Cop is smart, which he's not in this video. But if he had an ounce of brain power, okay, cool. He'd get on his Google Maps and he'd type in the address and Burger King. And if this is the closest one, you're golden. If it's not, suddenly you got a problem because you lied to him. Now this hunch turns into something different.
Yeah, and I think this one's really laughable, and why the people are kind of saying anything about this is the cop heard him wrong. And I wasn't paying much attention the first time I heard it, and I was like, oh, I guess the guy said breakfast at 12:50. That's stupid. And then he shows the clip of him in the beginning, in the middle of the video, when you were telling me I should, hey, rewind, let me see. I'm like, well, just wait a second. Okay, it's in there. And then, nope, he did say lunch.
Yeah.
Because that's one of those things that you'd kind of throw away, you just equate, he's getting food. I don't care what meal he's eating.
But that's what cops do.
People,
if you say breakfast and you meant lunch, even though it's just I'm going to go get food.
And some people equate it to time of day. Some people equate it to what number meal of the day is it for me? Like if I work nights till midnight and I don't wake up till, 11, I'd call my meal at noon breakfast potentially.
Yeah, because it's
right?
your breakfast.
Yeah.
That's the other interesting thing, because then you get into nuances of like, what does this person actually mean versus what they're saying.
And that's why we tell people to shut up, because at that point they're getting into like the nuance and these
you get in the
details.
weeds, you lose.
You ate 2 eggs for breakfast and your blood sugar's dropping. Like, no, this doesn't make any sense. It's like, what are we even getting on about? Does this guy have drugs? What reason do you believe that he might have drugs?
Listen,
He turned around quick. That could just be a normal thing. Like, do you know that this is the house that sells drugs? Oh, you do? Then go arrest them. Like,
Yep.
what?
leave Chad alone.
Leave Chad alone.
And here's the other thing.
He can buy some cocaine in a Burger King bag if he wants to, right?
When I was in undergrad, there was a girl that worked at Sonic that was a big time ecstasy dealer. You think I'm kidding?
I don't. I
And
know.
people would
I
come
know.
up and they would
I
order-
know that you're being 100% honest, and I just am imagining the different colors of ecstasy pills versus the different colors of like Sonic drinks and
I
Sonic.
don't remember the code. I really don't, but there was a code.
And a drive up like at Sonic, and
you'd
somebody
text
comes
her.
out.
I think you'd text her and you'd be like, "Hey, I'm pulling up. I'm going to be at stall 15. I need 3 triple
she'd
stacks."
do it at the.
And she'd bring your order out.
Oh,
You'd order food and the shit would be in the bag. Hey, she was on NHS, I think is what it's called, National Honor Society.
okay. Yeah,
She was on a
yeah.
full ride academic scholarship. Personal choice is probably not that best, not the greatest, but she went to UT on a full ride academic from her junior college. And she was flipping a lot of weight. She owes some people some money, though, that I know. If they ever found her, they'd kill her.
Wow. Well, here we go.
Let's get her on the show next.
Yeah, let's
Probably not. I don't want to be in the same room with her.
I don't think she'd come here.
Probably not. She's probably been arrested, I would assume. She was making some real dumb decisions.
All right.
We
All
weren't
right.
really friends to begin with. She was always a jerk.
There was no order in this courtroom as 2 brothers attacked their mother's killer. 62-year-old Dale Williams had pleaded guilty to aggravated murder in the death of his ex-girlfriend. Her family was present at his sentencing in the Youngstown, Ohio courthouse when her 2 sons tried to get some justice of their own. One of the men appears to lunge at Williams across a table. Court officers tried to stop the attack, but the man was able to grab Williams by the feet and drag him. The victim's other son appears to try to help his brother, but one officer pulled out a taser gun. The brothers appear to give up their fight. Williams was taken out of the courtroom and his sentencing was postponed. 30-year-old Anthony Dees and 23-year-old Jerome Stewart were arrested and charged with assault, contempt of court, and obstructing official business.
Killed my mother, man. That was my mama. She took care of me, bro.
All right. Lots of feelings in the courtroom sometimes. I think this is completely justified. I would feel the same way. Like, we get in there a
It's
lot.
justified.
And it's like, it's ho-hum for us. Me and you are sitting there talking while sometimes we're talking about our cases, because there's hundreds of cases that going on, in a courtroom
in each
in a
courtroom,
day.
there's 30 to 40 cases at a time.
Depends on what court.
Depends on the court. But
Depends
also,
on what courtroom. If we're in the felony level, there's way fewer.
Yeah.
If we're on the justice court level, there's hundreds.
but you and I have our stuff, and we see it every day, dude.
Yeah.
I'm around murderers all the time. Like, you hear terrible things, and it's like,
It
it
means-
gets to become old hat. Like,
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a flippant way, but like when you're constantly surrounded by like for example, I got a case the other day. Guy shoots a dude at a party that he was at all day. The allegation is that him and the guy are arguing, and the guy goes to pull something out of his bag. My guy knows that he is a gun carrier. He always has guns in this bag, and so he gets the drop on him, shoots him twice, once in the leg, once in the testicle. It goes through the testicle into the leg, so it gets him in the leg both times. Guy completely lives. Body cam video shows the girl taking the bag off the guy that got shot, and then another guy coming up, grabbing the bag and walking away. Why would they get rid of the bag like that? And it's just like, I hear this story and it does nothing to me. And I don't mean it in that sense, but I'm thinking like, how can I, I'm thinking of it from a defense perspective.
Yeah, you're going straight into
human got shot in the balls.
Yeah.
Which is atypical. You know, you hear about people getting shot all the time, and obviously he lived, so he's fine. But like, I don't know if this dude is maimed. I don't know. And you just don't think about stuff like that. So like for the murder thing, it sucks. But at the same time, dude, that guy killed their mom. What are they supposed to feel?
And that's why I think it's justified.
It's weird.
They end up doing less than 30 days in jail,
Those
and
are
I'm
all
like,
misdemeanors.
I would trade that.
If someone killed your mom, you get a chance to try and beat their ass, and you got to do 30 days in jail.
Yeah.
And he really didn't even hurt him.
Well, you can't go in with guns unless you go out to court in Pahrump.
Pahrump, or certain counties in Kansas. Because in Montgomery County, there's a sign that says, "Hey, don't bring in a gun." That's it.
No metal detectors.
No metal detectors.
Yeah.
Austin can come in there. But here's the thing. The sentencing is also probably one of the only times they're going to get a chance to be near him.
Yes.
Because they're going to be 3 feet from him giving their spiel. It's kind of like that guy that jumped at Judge Holthus. That was granted, he's free and clear, but you don't get to get close to the judge. You're always on the other side of your defense attorney. There's a table in between you. There's all this stuff. So that's probably the only time that they had a chance to do that. Is it justified? Yes. Or it's weird. Justified is not the right word. Do I understand why they would want to do that? 100%. Like my mom already passed away, but my dad's alive. If somebody killed my dad, oof, man. I don't know if you remember this story. There was a story in like the late 80s or early 90s. A guy had molested some dude's son, like pretty bad. I think he raped him and a bunch of other things. And the guy waited at an airport. They had to extradite him. And so he's waiting at a phone bank with a hat on.
Yeah, we've talked about this story.
Yeah. I feel like that's what I would do if someone killed my dad. If I got the chance, right? But if they're in custody, how are you going to get the chance? You're not going to Ocean's 11 the jail to get a hold of the guy that hurt your family member. But you know you see what I'm saying, right? So sentencing's the best time. And like you said, you can't bring a gun in. So you're just going to do the best you can. And I get it, but we're not supposed to do things like that.
Yeah, and this gets into, we talked about Aaron Spencer 2 weeks ago, who shot the man who was abducting,
actively abducting. That's a totally different story.
And it's just like, there's things in the public eye where we say that's reasonable. Okay, where we're like, this is something that's reasonable. And that's kind of how the system's supposed to work. Like, you're supposed to be in front of a jury of your peers, because then that jury can say, oh, this makes sense. This is what I would do in that situation. Is it criminal? Maybe. Should he be punished? No. Like, so I guess that's where a lot of these things come down is, I see this and I think, yeah, no, go ahead. Like, I know that's not the call of like a modern society, like a dignified society. It's not an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, but there's parts of us that say, yeah, just like let the two brothers and him go into a locked room for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
We'll make sure everybody's scanned, no weapons, just hands.
Yeah.
And let's let that play out. Like, some people, yeah, like you can understand that in a situation like this. Can the victim choose the penalty? Like, let's have the victim choose the penalty for a little bit. So,
open mat. Yeah.
Obviously that's a little difficult because victims see it through their lens. But even as like a person in the middle, right? I have no allegiance to either of these people. Yeah, no, that makes sense. If they want to beat this guy up for a little bit, for
maybe knock 5 years off.
If they wanted to trade,
you're gonna lose some teeth. You're gonna lose some teeth, homie. Hey, court's in recess. We'll be outside. If it gets too loud, we're coming back in.
Yeah.
You get a phone book inside of a pillowcase.
But they didn't get much. They didn't get much on him. Like,
they got to let that dude know that if they got the chance, they'd have pulled him apart like a piece of bread.
Yeah. If they were able to get to him before, anybody else.
How wild would it have been if they arrest him and they put him in the same jail? All right. Hey, shower time's at 3. They drop a shank.
Oh,
I don't know.
gosh.
Cameras are off. I don't know what's going on. Not for that case. I wouldn't risk my liberty for that case, but there might be a case where I do
Okay, well, let's skip over that a little bit. Did you read this story that Alyssa sent us? The mother jailed after shooting man accused and abused.
How would I have seen it?
She sent it to you.
On what?
She texted it to you, I think.
Oh,
you told me you saw it. Okay.
I mean, I might have seen it. I don't know. It's been forever.
This is out of Oklahoma, which she lives there, right?
Lives in Oklahoma. She's in Oklahoma City, yeah.
So a mother
Shout out, Alyssa King, Esquire.
A mother is in jail after allegedly shooting a man she suspected of abusing her 16-month child. Okay.
Oh yeah, I remember this one.
She told you about this? Do you remember anything about it?
I don't remember anything about it. I remember the big picture.
Okay. So mother and her boyfriend, which there's so many studies that like the mother's boyfriend is the
most likely
to abuse,
be the molester.
Yes. And that kind of motivation, which, I mean, we're getting to the age of having so many friends divorced and like new relationships and stuff like that with kids. It's like,
yep, that's a huge concern.
Sometimes you got to remove yourself from the situation, ask other people, right? Like,
yeah, like after your divorce is final, you got what, a 12-year-old down to a 4-year-old?
Okay. It's my anniversary today.
Oh, actually, happy anniversary. This man has been married for 15 years.
15.
And he's got another 45 to go.
We'll see.
How long you think you...
My doubt is about living that long. Sorry.
In your religion, you guys are...
We get put to death. Yeah, if we get put to death if we divorce.
No, that's not what I meant. Like you stay married in the afterlife, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you got 15.
Hopefully.
God wills it.
Hopefully.
15 down. Brother Joseph wills it. 15 down. Eternity to go.
It's a long time.
But it's been nice, right? You like Hannah.
I like my wife a lot. Yeah.
You often speak of her with reverence and love.
And high regard.
Perfect. I'm sure she does the same. She seems to like you when she's around.
I hope so.
You never asked her? You don't know where you stand, do you? Today's the perfect night. Be like, hey, do you actually like me? I mean, I know we've been doing this for a while.
Do you want to take this to the next level? What would be the next level?
Are you serious? Like, is this a real thing? Suicide pact. What the fuck?
Next level.
Austin,
No.
Austin,
The next
get outta
level
here.
is like, getting rid of the sheet.
No. All right, I'm going to go to our listener question because we are out of pocket.
Oh my God.
We are out of pocket today.
Shane's tired of it.
Is it illegal to fake my own death?
Illegal is an interesting question because that can mean a lot of things. Aside from faking it, did you do anything else? Like, did you collect life insurance proceeds to somebody else? Did you commit some sort of fraud?
Who asked this? Your dad.
Call your dad right now.
Wow,
He's working.
Fuck his job. We're doing a podcast.
Yeah.
This is literally your source of income. So just faking the death, I don't know. Right? Like, but if faking the death comes with something else, something more like a life insurance policy or something where somebody is defrauded, then yeah, it's illegal for sure. But if it's just like, hey, look, I'm sick of being around all these people, these kids, this wife, all 5 of the kids, Shane. For this part, I want the camera to be on him because you can see me shaking the stick at him. And it's a social thing, and you want to go live like Ted Kaczynski in a shack in the woods in Montana.
That's fine.
I don't think that's illegal. Immoral, probably not super cool because I'm sure your kids like their dad, and your wife likes her husband. Presumably, she's put up with you for a while. So no, not illegal. But
It reminds me of the balloon boy thing. This question, you remember the balloon boy?
the kid that faked being in the thing, and then the police looked for him. It turns out he was in the barn or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. Balloon boy is what his first name was. Falcon.
Falcon goes up in a weather balloon. Love it.
That seems like a perfect name for somebody from Fort Collins, Colorado.
Falcon Punch.
Yeah, that.
Remember that from Smash Brothers? Bro, we used to have the best time with that game.
There's a lot of
And
illegal.
then we'd beat the shit out of each other on the trampoline. Like,
This is Justin's youth right
I
here.
broke my wrist. Shout out Adam Gumball Wilson, you fat bastard. No, I fell on the trampoline. I was going to bounce, right? I was doing a hydro bounce, and he fell and landed right here. And the only thing he talks about to this day is the noise that I made and how funny it was. Because I got up, and I couldn't, to this, like, under 18, I think is probably the most painful thing I've ever experienced. Because it cracked the bone a little bit, but mostly what it did is stretched out all the soft tissue. And so in my mind, I thought if I get my hand closer to the ground, it'll hurt less. But I can't hold still because it hurts so bad. I was literally running in circles, bent over with my hand right above the ground, just screaming, and they're laughing at me.
So,
I don't know how I got there.
yeah, what a story.
Man, I tell a funny story about your
you
childhood.
always-
you don't have any, so
you
I don't want
always
to hear
have
it.
you always have great stories.
A bunch of stupid shit. I was unsupervised in feral white trash, of course.
The balloon boy story becomes a crime because you'll see a lot of times that people are doing this for a reason, not just disappearing. Disappearing is one thing.
Yeah.
Just like, you know,
but also you don't
being
have to,
exiled from your family or something.
you don't have to tell anybody.
Sure.
You don't have to fake your death. You can just get up and go, and there's no one can stop you.
But a lot of people do this for insurance or some kind of claim. Publicity, whatever, to
And
write books afterward.
Also, the difference is if you're wasting public resources, right? Like if you just disappear and don't call the cops, not a big deal.
But
But
the
if someone
balloon-
calls
the
the
balloon
cops
boy-
to fake it, that's a
the
problem.
balloon boy, they filed a police report and a falsified police report, lying in a police report.
So that's perjury or some sort of whatever,
that is a crime
which is a crime. And
in
then,
most states, if not all.
And then you also have the police are going to search for that person. They're going to spend a lot of time and money. What's the show we watched, American Nightmare?
Yeah.
Where she actually was abducted and they thought she wasn't. And then they
Right.
tried to hit her with all because, they spend all this money on a manhunt. And so they're going to try to recover that. But if it turns out you actually didn't do it, or like it didn't happen, then that's a problem. And so illegal might be the wrong word because I don't think they're going to charge you with anything, but they are going to try to recover that money. It's going to be a civil thing because a lot of people don't understand or think about it, but like each state has a criminal district attorney, or each city has a district attorney that deals with the criminal stuff like murder, whatever. Yeah. They also have civil stuff where they're collecting on money. Like the city could be owed money from a contractor or whatever. So that's another element of it. So illegal is like kind of an odd question. Did he text you back?
Well, we'll answer the question more fully
But knowing him, he'll go out.
to him later. It's a great question.
It is a good question.
A good conversation starter.
Mr. Alvarez.
Thank you for coming to another episode of Tangled Rights. Thank you for being here,
Is it
Justin.
like Mr. Rogers?
And providing
part of our neighborhood?
We're going to change our clothes now. And yeah, remember?
Dude, can we get a pool and put our feet in it?
Yes.
I love that.
I don't know why we wouldn't be able to.
Austin, let's see those piggies.
Take care. Don't talk to cops. Don't consent to searches.
If you sell cocaine, not a great idea.
Don't make rap songs about it.
Don't make a fucking rap song about it. But if you do it in South Beach where the cops aren't going to send the cocaine to a lab. That seems like a pretty basic thing to do. Stitches. Shout out, dude. I've been listening to you for a while. Your music is hilarious. We would listen to it on the way to law events in Syracuse. Me and Steven Cramoroso from Chicago.
Syracuse Law. Beautiful
Syracuse.
place.
Go Orange.
Peace.